Hello everyone watching out there on TYT Sports. So we have done a few different clips now, Jason, Rubin, and myself respectively, about the Kyrie Irving deal and the shocking trade that occurred yesterday with the Cleveland Cavaliers trading Kyrie Irving to the Boston Celtics for Brooklyn's 2018 round one unprotected pick, Jae Crowder, who has maybe one of the best contracts in the current landscape of the NBA, where the next 3 years he's going to get paid less than $6, less than $7, and I believe less than $8 million, if not just a little over $8 million for a pretty good defensive player. Getting Isaiah Thomas, getting Jae Crowder, and then also getting Ante Zizic. But once again, YouTube his dunks. It's not flashy, but it's a work in progress. And as I stated on a clip previously, Fran Fraschilla has said that this kid is legit and he's going to be legit. But again, a project. So just to break down the deal, did Boston win this? There's something that I want to read to you that I think holds water, and this is via Sports Illustrated. Now again, remember, they gave up Isaiah Thomas, 28 years old, to Kyrie's 25, a free agent to be, whereas Kyrie has 2 years under team control. They gave up Jae Crowder, who is just the epitome of a glue guy. He's the ultimate glue guy. Giving up Zizic, okay, whatever. But more importantly, they gave up the 2018 round one pick, which helps out the Cleveland Cavaliers because there is this potential that LeBron James is going to walk after this season where he can test free agency and he could, as many reports have stated, go to Los Angeles. Lakers, Clippers, it doesn't matter. Every team is going to be in the running, but knowing that he has a house and when there's in LA and when there's smoke, there's fire, you catch my drift. So this is a really interesting point that Sports Illustrated wrote about. What's frustrating is that guys like Jimmy Butler and Paul George were extremely attainable. An inclusion of the Nets' pick would have blown away the offers Minnesota and Oklahoma City put together in their trades for the Stars. It's true. If the Celts were also willing to part with Thomas this whole time, he could have been included in those packages as well, or perhaps even sent to a third team in a potential Butler-George trade. In an offseason in which Chris Paul, Jimmy Butler, Paul George, and Kyrie Irving all switched teams, Irving cost the most to acquire, even though he's the fourth best player in that group. True, true, true. So let's just think about this hypothetically. So the Boston Celtics went from having Isaiah Thomas and Jae Crowder and Marcus Smart and Avery Bradley and Al Horford as their starting five, and they could have potentially gone to Al Horford, of course. They signed Gordon Hayward. You could throw Marcus Smart in there. If you want to start Jason Tatum, you can. I wouldn't. But more importantly, what you would have had is let's go with Jimmy Butler first. You could have had Gordon Hayward playing the 2 and Jimmy Butler playing the 3, and now you have two really good, if not great, on-ball defenders, and also guys that can get theirs, which also matches you up with the Cleveland Cavaliers a lot better because their whole mantra is let LeBron do his thing, drive and kick, hit Korver in the corner, J.R. Smith chucks up 30-footers, Iman Shumpert's 3 is okay. Now you're going from getting a Jimmy Butler or Paul George, who hypothetically you would have to bank on signing with you because he could also be a free agent. So I guess as I'm talking through this, I understand Jimmy Butler a ton more than Paul George. But nonetheless, I agree with these sentiments in Sports Illustrated that you would rather go with a guy because this is, in the era of the NBA right now, not only is it three-point shooting, but these lengthy shooting wings who can also play defense are what are the pillars of the NBA right now. And Jimmy Butler and Paul George are a great example and can contest to those sentiments that I just stated. But nonetheless, what they could have done, Boston, is waited. Cleveland is ready to implode next season. Who knows what would have happened with Kyrie Irving? But let's say Kyrie gets traded to the West and the Cavs have LeBron for 1 more year. And again, you're banking on all of this being a hypothetical. But it seems like LeBron, because I don't think Cleveland's going to win, is going to want out. And he's going to want better reinforcements than what Kobe Altman David Griffin, even though he did a fine job, and most importantly, Dan Gilbert is going to give him. So nonetheless, what Boston could have done is sat on their hands, kept Isaiah Thomas, kept Jae Crowder, made a run at this one more time. Kyrie Irving, who knows what happens. LeBron James leaving in a year in free agency, going to LA, and then they could have signed whoever they wanted, whenever they wanted, and been the kings of the East. And all they had to do was wait one more year. Oh, and by the way, they could have kept Brooklyn's 2018 unprotected round 1 pick, and they suck. And again, Jason Rubin and I need to have a discussion about this, but the most accomplished player that they have arguably on their team is Jeremy Lin, and then you have Alan Crabb, and then you have D'Angelo Russell, who is still a work in progress. Very good player, but still a work in progress. They are going to be a top 3 worst team this year, and you never know how the ping pong balls are going to bounce. So it was a smart move by Cleveland in order to get that 2018 round 1 unprotected pick from Brooklyn, because now you're solidifying a top 3 pick. On top of that, you're getting the same sort of player as Kyrie Irving and Isaiah Thomas offensively, defensively exactly the same as well, because Kyrie doesn't really care about playing defense, and Isaiah Thomas just simply can't, because all of the point guards that he's going up against in a slowed down playoff pace format is going to isolate him defensively, kick out if there's a double team, or just take him to the hole, unless he draws charge after charge and the refs give him the benefit of the doubt. The Cavs won this trade because of that, because they had to get something in return as well, which I think a lot of people are downplaying. Kyrie did not want to play with LeBron anymore, guys and girls. He wanted to be the guy. He wanted to be the head honcho. You know what's not going to happen in Cleveland? That. So I understand why he would want to go and try to pursue other ventures and be the guy in a different place. And boy, will he absolutely love it if, not when, if they play the Cleveland Cavaliers in the playoffs, but they are going to play opening night, of course. Getting Jae Crowder was a steal, and here's why. I just want to correct myself here. For the next 3 years, $6.8 million, $7.3 million, $7.8 million. On top of that, via CBS. He was 95th percentile via Synergy Sports, defending spot-up plays, which was an issue for the Cavs, a humongous issue for the Cavs. Here's what I will leave you with lastly. This is via CBS as well. Player A and Player B per 100 possessions. Player A, 42.4. Player B, 35.9, 36. We round up in this classroom. For points per game. Field goal percentage, Player A a little higher. Field goal attempts, excuse me. Field goal percentage, Player B a little higher. 3-point percentage, Player B a little higher. Assists, Player A a little higher. I will give you a moment just to guess which is which. I feel like we should have like Jeopardy music or something playing here. And it is. Why can't I drum? There we go. Player A, Isaiah Thomas. Player B, Kyrie Irving. Here's the one other note that I will make in favor of Kyrie, and then I want to hear all your thoughts in the comments. The highest field goal percentage, which is a Sabre metric that gives a half more points, percentage points for three-pointers made, Kyrie Irving is atop the list for field goal percentage. Not only that, he has the highest field goal percentage. So who won the deal? In my opinion, it's Cleveland. But the other thing that we have to take into consideration, we don't know where the ping pong ball is going to bounce. I believe it'll be a top 3 pick, so they're going to solidify the future. And we don't know what's going to happen with LeBron James. For all we know, Cleveland has a horrible year, LeBron leaves, and it's a win for Boston. The unfortunate part is that we're going to have to wait and see how it plays out. So let me know all of your thoughts. Leave them in the comments section below where we can continue this dialogue. Get at me on Twitter, @Rick and please do me and Jason Rubin a favor, and for all the hardworking people that contribute to this channel from an editing perspective, from a graphics perspective, from a hosting perspective, from a production perspective, please do us a favor and support us. Keep supporting independent media as well, and subscribe to TYT Sports.